planning for ISO 14001 certification. A meeting room at Martelli Electronics. Environmental Manager Sofia Chen is leading a planning meeting with department representatives for their upcoming ISO 14001 implementation.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining this ISO 14001 planning meeting. As you know, we've decided to pursue environmental certification following our successful ISO 9001 implementation. Today, we'll outline our approach and timeline.
Before we start, could you remind us why we're pursuing ISO 14001? Some of my team are wondering if it's just more paperwork.
That's a fair question. We're pursuing ISO 14001 for several reasons. First, our key customers will be requiring environmental certification from suppliers starting next year. Second, we've identified potential cost savings through better resource management. And third, it aligns with our corporate commitment to sustainability.
How different is ISO 14001 from the ISO 9001 system we already have?
There are many similarities in structure, which is good news. Both follow the same high-level structure with common elements like document control, internal audits, and management review. The main difference is the focus. While ISO 9001 focuses on quality and customer requirements, ISO 14001 focuses on environmental impacts and compliance obligations.
So, what's our plan? How long will this take?
Based on our gap analysis, we're looking at an 8-month implementation. By this time next year, we will have achieved certification. During the next 2 months, we will be developing our environmental policy and identifying our environmental aspects and impacts. This is a critical first step.
What exactly are environmental aspects and impacts?
Good question. Environmental aspects are elements of our activities that can interact with the environment. Things like energy use, water consumption, waste generation, and emissions. Impacts are the resulting changes to the environment, whether adverse or beneficial. Next month, we will be conducting workshops in each department to identify these aspects.
What about training? Will you be providing environmental awareness training for all staff?
Absolutely. While the implementation team will be developing the system documentation, our HR department will be rolling out awareness training. All employees need to understand our environmental policy, significant aspects, and their role in the system. We'll start general awareness in month 3, followed by role-specific training.
What about resources? Will we be hiring additional staff for this?
We don't anticipate needing additional permanent staff. However, we will be bringing in a consultant to assist with the technical elements of environmental aspect identification and compliance evaluation. We've budgeted 20 days of consulting support over the 8-month period.
My team is already stretched thin. How much time will they be spending on this?
We've tried to be realistic about time commitments. Department representatives on the implementation team will be dedicating approximately 1 day per week during the peak implementation period. For most staff, the time commitment will be limited to training sessions and providing input during aspect identification. Once we've established our significant aspects, we will be focusing our efforts where we can make the biggest difference.
Since I managed the ISO 9001 implementation, I'm curious about documentation. Will we be creating a separate system or integrating with our quality management system?
Great question. We will be integrating the systems where possible to avoid duplication. Common procedures like document control, internal audit, and management review will be expanded rather than duplicated. However, we will be developing separate documentation for environmental specific requirements like aspect identification and compliance obligations.
What about the certification timeline? When will the audits be happening?
Here's our projected timeline. For the next 6 months, we will be developing and implementing the system. In month 7, we will be conducting internal audits and management review. We've tentatively scheduled the Stage 1 audit for month 8 and Stage 2 for month 9. This gives us some buffer if we need additional time.
That seems aggressive. What if we encounter delays?
We've built in some contingency. The customer requirement doesn't take effect until next year, so we have flexibility. If necessary, we can extend the timeline by 2 to 3 months without business impact. However, I'm confident that with good planning and your support, we will be celebrating our certification this time next year.
Based on our ISO 9001 experience, I suggest we pay special attention to management review. That was a challenging area for us.
Excellent point. While we will be implementing all system elements, we will be paying special attention to areas that were challenging in our quality system. By the time we reach our first management review, we will have developed a more structured approach with better performance metrics.
How will we be communicating this plan to the broader organization?
Next week, we will be sending an announcement to all staff explaining the certification project and its benefits. Throughout implementation, we will be providing regular updates through department meetings and our internal newsletter. We want everyone to feel involved and informed. Any other questions or concerns? Great. To summarize, we're embarking on an 8-month journey toward ISO 14001 certification. While we will be working hard over the coming months, the benefits will be significant. Enhanced environmental performance, cost savings, and meeting customer requirements. Our next meeting will be focusing on the environmental aspect identification methodology. Thank you for your commitment to this important initiative.